you for staying with us. We continue with the conversation on celebrating mothers and mother figures. And I must say, I appreciate all the feedback that I'm getting so far. There's one here, a message to their mom by one Edwin Mukule that I must read. He says, to my dear mom, Evelyn Mukule, I loved you, I love you, and will always love you. You're such a precious gift from God to us. Live long to ride in my Range Rover. I will make you smile however much to take me. Happy Mother's Day, dear mom. That's Edwin's message to his mama, and I am hoping that Edwin's mom has gotten that message, such a warm message, right, Terry?
Yeah.
And Eva, who are my guests with me today. They are single mothers, and they'll be sharing, their journey with us. Thank you so much, Terry, for joining us, and Eva once again.
Yeah.
Now, Eva, I want to start with you. I wanted to share your journey with us.
Well, Grace, I'm a single mom of 4 children. I've been single for about 10 years now, and my children are all grown. My last born is actually in class 3. My first born is in second year university. And yes, I'm happy being a mom. We broke up with their dad in 10 years time now, because he was a man of many relationships. Yeah, the devastating one was that time he had an affair with my close relative who came in search of greener pastures and higher education. Right.
He was in a relationship with your close relative, and that is part of the reason why it didn't work between you. Huh. How was this for you? When you get into marriage, the vows, you say till death do us part.
Yeah, of course it's till death do us part, but again, sometimes you think of your children. You cannot just bring up children in a marriage that cannot work, in a violent marriage, that is, because he was also very violent. So every time he could beat me up, and the children would feel so bad, and that would affect them even in school. Yeah.
Wow, okay. I'll be coming back to you, Eva. Terry, I need you to share your story with us.
Okay, my name is Terry Kinuthia, and I'm happy to be here celebrating Mom's Day.
Certainly.
First, I want to celebrate my mom. She's my rock. She's a strong woman.
Yeah.
I've seen her go through many things and terrible good things in her life, and that has strengthened me to be a good mom too. And I have 2 kids, a boy and a girl. One is 12 years and 4 years.
Wow.
I'm also a single mom, not by choice. I was forced to be single 3 years ago. My husband left me and went with another woman. And I think they went on with their life. And I chose to be a single mom. I chose to bring up my kids alone. And the far that we've gone, I thank God for it. Because if God wasn't there, I would not make it.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. Now, Terry, I need to ask you, the common factor here is, allow me to say, your husband's leaving, and they're now with other women. Why? I know it could be a hard question to ask, especially, I don't want you to get personal as to why it happened, but why do you think this happens?
I don't think I have any idea why they do it. Maybe men can speak it better than I, but all I know is that I don't think men usually have one woman in their life. And because for me it was a blow. I thought everything was fine.
Yes.
And just things went wrong in a span of 6 months. And I found myself alone.
Wow.
So up to now, I've never known why. Yes.
6 months after your
Yeah,
marriage?
6 months, we fight, he's gone. Yes.
Wow. Eva?
Yeah. Grace, I think it's really hard to answer why men leave. It's very difficult to answer. They're the best people who can answer that, actually.
Yeah.
But on my side, I think men are never ready. Yeah, they take it for granted. While women, we grow so fast that by the time you get pregnant with your first child, you really see yourself in your home, and you're really ready to create that home for all of you, right? And men, that is the time they still want to go out there, they want to enjoy their lives, you know. And by the time they're coming back home, they find there is responsibility at home. So I think they tend to run away from that. Yeah.
Great. Now, Eva, Terry, today we're celebrating mothers and mother figures. It's actually really important to note that. But I want to now get to the journey of you two being mothers, and especially single mothers. Eva, you're a mom of 4, right? Before we get to now the fact that you and your children are doing really well, how was it then, especially for them after, you know, their dad left?
At first, I think I really wouldn't know what was going on in their minds, but I think
How
I
old
saw
were
my
they?
kids. They were young. They were young. Yeah. I think my firstborn was around 14 years. Yeah. So I really can't tell, but I think I saw my children happy for once. Yeah. Because whenever their dad could come back, everyone was going sad and silent. You know, everyone was walking away. They didn't want to stay in the sitting room. Like they'll just start fighting now. Yeah. So I saw them go through that trauma, and again I saw them when their dad left. I saw them get happy. Yeah.
So for them, they were pretty much okay even after that, right? How about for you as a woman? Because, you know, as we did say earlier, it's normally till death do us part. So when you're getting into this union, you definitely didn't have that in mind. But now here you are, 4 children, alone. How was it then?
Okay, Grace, every time a woman decides that I'm going to do this alone, it's always a time that you are prepared. And in preparation, you go through a lot. Everything that this man does, it pisses you off and it gets you to the wall, through the rock and the hard place. So you really can't go on. Sometimes you feel it's death. Death is the only way, yeah? And then when that break comes, when he leaves or when you part ways, you feel you can breathe again. So it's a brand new life. Yeah.
Great. Terry, I want us to get your experience just regarding the same questions that I've asked Eva here. How it was for your children, how old were they, and how did they handle the fact that their dad is no longer there?
My son was 9. He was 9 years old, and my little girl at the moment was 1 year. So you can imagine how it was. It was bad. I think it was my darkest time in life, because I lost my households, then I lost my husband, then I lost my car, then I lost everything. I was just left with 1 mattress in a 2-bedroom house, because I had to kind of sell so that I can be able to feed the kids. So I started from down. And I thank God that I am here. My babies, they took it. It was so hard for them. The little one knew nothing. But out of the stress that I had, I think she would feel it, because she would cry a lot. And my boy is the strongest man I've ever seen. He's a hero. Yeah, he's a hero. He's the one who encouraged me a lot. I was so down, but my boy was the strong one. He made me become a mom. He would talk to me and I will feel, wow, thank you so much. And I will find myself now, this is the time. I would wake up in the morning, go and start thinking of what I'm going to do to feed them. And with a little help from people, I was able, people who are close to me, like my parents, my relatives, and also God connected me with a servant of God who has been so helpful to me, Pastor Joy. And she helped me become who I am today. She made me believe in myself. I was a housewife. I never worked. I never knew anything about working. And here comes, she comes and make me who I am today. So she has really worked hard.
Wow.
And I thank her so much. And right now, my babies are doing fine. They are good. They even don't realize that the dad is not there because mom is there.
Wow.
Mom is always there for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And playing both roles.
Yes.
Yes.
I do play both roles. I provide, I educate them, and I also feed them. I give them places to sleep. They have a good life.
Wow.
Yeah, I believe they can't complain.
Yeah, you do
Yes.
everything for them. Now, Terry, I really need to ask this, and you know, a lot is normally said out there, you know, about single mothers, and this question, especially from children. And you did say your daughter didn't really know what happened when the dad left. There is always that question of, where is dad? You know, when they go to school during visiting days, although they were scrapped, but you know, you see both parents coming to visit you, and for your children, the dad is not there. Have you encountered that question?
Yeah.
And
Especially for my daughter, she has never met the dad, and she asked me twice. Right now, it's twice. She asked me, "Mom, where is my dad?" Before she asked me, we go to church a lot, and I told her that our Father is God, and Daddy Jesus is your daddy. So she has grown knowing Daddy Jesus is my daddy. I told her, if anyone asks you who is your dad, tell them your dad is up there, and he's watching you all the time. And I didn't know what to say. That's the best thing that I did.
Yeah.
Because I think I did the right thing. Because if I didn't know what to say, but I think I did the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the same response you've given her twice.
Yes. And there's a time the brother told her that your dad is this. The brother has his picture and shown to him, this is your dad. And there's a time she saw that picture and told me, Mom, this is my dad. And I told her, yes, this is your dad. And she asked me, where is he? And I told him, he went abroad. You know, you can't tell a 4-year-old anything.
That pretty much not understand.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Eva, have you experienced this thing?
Yes, not so much though. I'm a very brutally honest person, so I don't keep it away from them. Yeah, but what I do, I tell them, your dad and I had our own problems, but he remains your dad. Yeah, so I always tell my kids, one day when you want to meet your dad, I will let you meet him. But if you're not ready, it's okay. Yeah, so I make them know the truth, what happened, and that it's got nothing to do with them, but it's about the two of us. Yeah.
And are they ready to meet him? Have they ever expressed interest in that?
Really.
Not really. Okay. Now, there's this notion of women being our own enemies, and I'd like to bring it in. It's something that you know, people try to demystify, but I'd like to bring it in this conversation, where, as I said earlier, you know, the fact that it's another woman who came in between your marriages. What do you think about that, Terry? Let me start.
I think this comes when your upbringing. You can be able to go, you're a single girl, and you go and find someone has a husband and agree to spoil their relationship without considering these people have kids. Because you'll not be spoiling the other woman's life, but the generation that that woman has brought, the children. And before God, this is wrong.
Yes, that's true.
And I think women should stop it. We should love each other. Stop spoiling. Look for what is yours. Yes, I think that's the best.
Yeah, and of course, put yourself in the person's shoes, because I'm sure you wouldn't like the same to be done to you.
Yes, I wouldn't like to do the same to another woman. It would take me so much time or even anything to not do that. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Eva?
I really wouldn't tell anyone to stop, but I would warn them. What goes around comes around. He who leaves his woman for you will definitely leave you for another woman. Yeah, so it will definitely come back to you too. Yeah.
Wow, what goes around comes back around. I like that. Terry, there's a common question. What keeps you going? 2 children, and it's a good thing that you're providing everything for them. You did say that you love them. It's evident. But what keeps you going?
What keeps me going is my babies. They are so bright. My son is so bright, so bright. When I say he's bright, and he encourages me, because when a child gives you good marks, you will always have the strength to make sure that he will never stop going to the best school.
Sure.
No matter what, you will always make sure that you will wake up in the morning. I wake up at 4:30. I get home back at 9. That shows that I work hard for my children. And also sometimes I have to make sure I'm there for them. If today I come late, tomorrow I'll make sure I come early so that they don't miss me, because I'm the only person they have in the house. So I try my best to balance. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And of course, to get ample time to spend with them, right? Eva, I'd like to ask the same question to you. What keeps you going with 4 children or looking up to you? Yeah.
Okay, Grace. My kids are just passionate children. I leave my home at 5:30 or 6 a.m. and I come back at between 10:30 and midnight. And that's every day of my life. So usually I find my kids waiting for me. So they'll sleep when they get out of school, they'll sleep. And then when mommy comes home, they wake up. Yeah. So we are bonding well, and that is our norm, our schedule. Every time mommy comes back home, all of you must wake up. You tell me everything that happened during the day. You tell me if you had a fight. You tell me if you kept your brother's back. Like, you go to school and someone else wanted to hit your sister, and you're like, did you come to her rescue? So they have to report back to me. I'm the boss.
You're the boss. Wow. Terry, we'll be talking more about your daughter because today we are all about mothers. So I want to know how you're grooming her to be that, not perfect mother, but that awesome mother.
Besides the basic teachings that I got from my mom too, also training her to be a God-fearing woman. I take her to church. She's already in Sunday school, and I'm bringing her up in God. I am definitely 100% sure that if I bring my child in God, he will never change.
Sure.
Because that's what my mom did for me. My mom made sure that I would go to church. She followed me, and that has helped me a lot. If I didn't have those basics, right now I will not be who I am today. Yes.
Great. Eva, how many daughters?
I have one daughter.
One daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. So how are you grooming her to be that? I'm really avoiding the word perfect because we all try to be perfect, but no one is. But how are you grooming her to be that great mother for her children?
Okay. I don't know if you would allow me to talk about both of them.
Sure.
Yeah. I'll start with my boys. I'm rearing young men whom I want to treat women with a lot of respect. That is key. You must treat women with a lot of respect.
Sure.
There is no talking back at a woman. Women are queens. Yeah. So no matter what happens, you must learn how to handle each and every case. Anything touching on a woman. Yeah, because they're special. There is no hitting girls for my boys. There is no hitting
Absolutely.
girls. There is no talking bad about them. There is no bad mouthing girls. Yeah. If something is wrong, just find out what's wrong. My firstborn is already in relationships, and I really talk to him a lot, not to treat her bad. And if anything is wrong, if the girl talks bad to him, if the girl talks bad at him, he must find a way of talking back to her in a nice way and probably solve the problem. Yeah, she must be treated well under my watch. Now for my girl, she's a little princess. I expect any man who will come her way to treat her like one. She's very special. There is no hitting my daughter. You'll find me. I'll face you because it happened to me. I have a dent on my back, right? Even if you see it's swollen, if you check this side and this side, it's not the same. So I've really gone through this, and I wouldn't stand anyone who would do that to my girl child. So my little girl is just a princess. Yeah.
Great. And you know, Eva, there's something you've said, and I really need to get into this. The violence that we've seen being meted out on women. If you take a look at the dailies every day, there's almost a case of either a woman has been murdered or, you know, physically abused by the husband or a boyfriend. They're not even married. What does this make you feel as women, Eva?
Live and don't look back. Don't look back. Just go. Just go your way. Maybe if it is God's destiny, you will meet one day. But if it's not God's destiny, you will not. And God will make sure that He puts you at the right path. That is why people are getting mad, because people have believed in themselves and they have gone so astray that they have not brought themselves back to God. Because God is your creator. He's the one who knows who is best for you. So I think people should stick with the person that you know that you're okay with, and be 50-50. If this person doesn't want me, leave. Don't just stay there. Why should you stay someone to kill you? And you can go out there and get someone better. Especially if you're a girl, That is so upsetting.
Terry, does that apply to even the married ones? Because I've had this a lot, that I'm staying for my children. I want my children to grow up in what society calls a functional home, a family with, a father, a mother. Does that apply to married women too?
Yeah, that applies to, you see, married women. Once I was married for 10 years, and I would want to stay there for my children. I didn't care what this man was doing. I didn't look at it. I even changed my mind and said, this is my just closest friend. But it came a time and I felt, no, I can't do this anymore. You don't have to stick to a place because of your children. That is being so mean. What if your kids don't like it? If you're in a violent home, your kids will suffer. Why should you? Because for me, my ex, one day we fought and we never fought again. And that was it. I told him, you'll never raise a hand or a finger on me. I stood up as a woman and I said, you will never do it. So I think it is possible. You can stand and say no. You don't have to stay somewhere and be killed. Yeah.
That's true. Now, I need to get your closing remarks, but there are people that I need you to talk to. One, single mothers.
Yeah.
And two, the society at large, because truth be told, there's that perception of single mothers, right? And also to the men, because I did ask you why they leave, and the common response I got was they're the best persons, best place to answer that. So I need you to speak to those people. Eva, let me start with you.
To the single women, I would say this: be strong. God has your back. Women are partners with God in creation. Yeah. So when God gives you a child, God already knows how that child will be brought up. You cannot just, whenever a woman stays in an abusive marriage, it is because of them, not because of the children. So you will never ever say that you stayed because of the children, because you're actually hurting the children. So better walk out and stay safe for your children. God has your back. For all the single mamas there, big up. God bless you so much. You're doing a good job. For the men, I would just say you take it easy. When you get into a relationship, just take it serious. And don't just go out there starting to abuse your woman, your wife, your girlfriend, emotionally, socially, and probably violently. For the mamas who are in marriage, keep it up. Make sure it's working on you. Don't wait another day. Another day it may be worse. It may be death. Yeah.
It's true. Terry? Your message to single mothers, your message to men out there, your message to just everybody, especially on the perception that they have to single mothers, and to children who are, from single parents, now both mothers and fathers.
First, I would want to speak to children. Children, support your mothers. Support your mothers, whether they are married or not, they're single, support them. Make sure that you encourage them. Encouraging your mom is the best thing that you can do. Give them, tell them that one day you'll take them to the space. Tell them that one day you'll take them to America. Tell them you'll move around with them. That will give them the strength, especially for the single moms. It will make them be able to even give you the best. They will give you the best, because the moment you encourage your mom to show that your mom is doing a good job, tomorrow we'll be having a lot of strength to move tomorrow and work harder. she will not relax until you're grown up.
Sure.
So kids, support your moms. My son has supported me. He has already promised me to take me to space.
Wow.
And that moves me.
Yeah.
And it makes me, I just want to buy him books.
Wow.
I want to make him always reading.
Yes.
And because that has motivated me. He has also motivated me to go back to school. I'm schooling right now. I'm in school.
Wow.
I went back to school. I'm doing psychology. And I am so happy about it. All of us now, we are in school. We motivate each other. So kids, make sure, if whether your mom is, you have a dad or you have just a mom, make sure that you support your mothers. Show your mothers love.
Sure.
And also, I would also want to speak to men.
Keep it short, Terry. 30
Yes.
seconds. We need to wrap
Make
up.
sure that you take care of your kids. Don't leave your kids just wandering around. And also, I would say, thanks to God. May God help you, mothers,
Sure.
to be the best. Because we don't know how to be mothers. Only God that gives us that chance to be mothers.
Sure.
So He's the one who guides us. Yes.
Certainly. Thank you so much, Terry Kidothia, Eva Oguna there. Of course, it is a day where we are celebrating mothers and mother figures, and I celebrate you too. Happy Mother's Day in advance. And allow me to just sample some of the feedback that I'm getting here. Leah Kamau says, love you so much, Mama. You're the best. Gracie says, you're the greatest gift that one can ask from God. I am so lucky to have you in my life. Of course, there's some messages from some of our viewers to their mothers, of course, as we celebrate mothers. Now, I'll be reading more at the end of the show, but we need to take a short commercial break. Now I'll be back with international news.